and hectic life of today's century, we have come across many metabolic disorders. What are metabolic disorders? Metabolic disorders are those diseases which occur to us or a person due to poor lifestyle. Lifestyle includes poor management of time, poor sleep, no activity or very less physical activity, overindulgence in foods, as well as having an overall poor diet. So these metabolic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, or thyroid malfunctions or liver disorders. So generally these are regarded as not even diseases. They are classified as just symptoms, which is actually wrong. Many people suffer from fatty liver. Fatty liver disease is being shrugged off because it is so common in today's age. Every person knows another person from their social or professional circle that is suffering from fatty liver disease. But what do we do about it? We actually label fatty liver disease as a symptom, just a casual symptom which occurs in normal conditions, but it is not true. Fatty liver disease is the first stage of liver failure. Fatty liver disease is the first stage of liver cirrhosis, a disease in which your liver actually stops functioning at all. In this playlist, we are going to talk about fatty liver now. So stay tuned to the channel if you want whole information. We are also going to discuss what is the pathophysiology. How does a liver become fatty? What are the root causes and factors behind having a fatty liver? Also, we are going to discuss ways in which we can reverse our fatty livers. Depending upon the grade of fatty infiltration in the liver, it can be recovered from within 6 months to a period of up to 2 years without any medication, only with making healthy choices in your lifestyle and making healthy dietary choices. These dietary choices will also be explained on this channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, click on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any video. My Erudite Nutrition page is also available on Instagram and Facebook. You can connect me there also. So make sure if you want full information about fatty liver disease, stay tuned to the channel. And now let's start to the presentation. Welcome guys to the presentation in which we are going to discuss about the fatty liver disease, which is one of the most common problems related with the metabolic issues and poor lifestyle choices in today's world. Fatty liver disease, also known as hepatic steatosis. This presentation is brought to you by your very own nutritionist on the go, Singh Aujla from Erudite Nutrition. So let's start. Sharing with you guys the index. This is how we are going to discuss about this disease. We are going to talk about the basic structure and function of liver. Then we are going to discuss about the pathophysiology of the disease, and furthermore what are the types of fatty liver disease and how they can affect us, what are the symptoms and signs. Then we will talk about whatever the medication options that we are offered, and then we'll come to our main topic, that is dietary interventions and those precautions that we have to undertake if we want to avoid, or if we are suffering, then how to reverse your fatty liver disease. So starting off with the basic structure. See this over here, you can see a liver and weighing approx 3.5 to 4 pounds or approximately 1.5 kilograms. The liver is a very dark reddish brown colored rubbery structure of an organ which is situated towards the left side of the stomach, just below the lungs, attached with the diaphragm. Okay, so the skin is the only organ that is heavier and larger than the liver. So that means liver is the second largest organ in our human body. The liver is roughly triangular, we can see from the shape, and it consists of two lobes, okay, which are separated by a falciform ligament, the ligament right here, which also attaches with the diaphragm, okay, to keep the liver in its position. This is something that we need to focus on for a while. This is the circulatory system, how the liver is actually connected with all the surrounding organs. So we can see this this way goes out towards the inferior vena cava, which further goes towards the heart for circulation. Okay, and here we can see all the different types of organ. We can see spleen that is being connected with liver. Okay, then we see our stomach, how it is also connected with our liver. We do see the pancreas, okay, connecting with our liver circulation. Then two major veins called the inferior mesenteric vein as well as the superior mesenteric vein. These both also come from small intestine and large intestine. All of these organs are connected with the liver. So what are the functions of liver? See, discussing about functions of liver, liver has more than 500 individual functions. It's not possible to list all of them, but all the majority of the hormones, majority of the proteins, blood cells, everything that is being produced, and majority of the toxic waste that is being broken down, everything, all these functions are being done by the liver. So we'll just touch up on the major ones. So the first function of liver that we are going to discuss is bile production. Bile is a detergent type of a stuff, a detergent type of a liquid that is made by our liver, stored in our gallbladder, which the major function of bile is to break down and absorb fats, those fats which we have ingested in our diet. After the gastric emptying of stomach into the small intestine, bile comes into action and starts breaking down and absorbing these fats, cholesterols, and many of the fat soluble vitamins. Bile is made of bile salts, cholesterol, bilirubin, electrolytes, and water. It is a detergent like of a liquid which helps in breakdown and assimilation of fats. So fat metabolism is one of the major function of body. So not only bile is going to digest the fats, but later on these fats will be metabolized by our liver. The fatty molecules that are being absorbed will be further converted into other smaller particles and whatever other necessary enzymes and hormones and stored form of energy. Absorbing and metabolizing bilirubin. Bilirubin is a waste product produced in our body when red blood cells complete their normal life cycle. They are being broken down in the spleen, and the hemoglobin content is then broken down further into bilirubin. Absorption and metabolism and also the excretion of bilirubin is actually one of the major function of liver. Whenever a person is suffering from jaundice, bilirubin levels tend to get up very high in our body, way above the normal range. So that means the liver is not able to metabolize this bilirubin. So jaundice can be a complication of liver, but if the liver is working fine, it will keep this bilirubin level in check. The other major function is supporting blood clots. Why? Metabolizing, absorption and metabolization of vitamin K. Metabolizing all the carbohydrates, breaking complex carbohydrates into simple one into simple sugars, and then either utilizing them readily in the form of blood glucose or storing them in muscle as glycogen reserves, or converting it into stored energy in the form of triglycerides or other fatty esters or adipose tissue. Everything is done by the liver. All the vitamins and minerals are mostly stored in liver. Majority of the fat soluble vitamins, that is vitamin A, D, E, K, are stored in the liver along with vitamin B12, also with copper and iron. Liver is the storage for all these vitamins and minerals. It helps metabolize proteins. It filters the blood. All the waste products that are being produced in different parts of the body will come into the liver through the usual venous circulation and hepatic vein circulation. And liver has the function of breaking them down into further simpler compounds or non-reactive compounds so that they do not cause a toxicity in our blood. It has very high number of Kupffer cells which are involved in the immune function. Liver produces albumin protein. Albumin is the most abundant and common protein that is found in blood serum. It transports fatty acids and steroid hormones to maintain a proper
pressure in our circulatory system and prevents any type of blood leaks. Liver also has a very important function of producing angiotensinogen. This is a hormone that plays a very key role in regulating the blood pressure of our body or of our circulatory system. So if we divide and categorize the functions of liver, so if we start from this side, it helps in detoxification of drugs, alcohols, fatty acids, medicines, steroid hormones, and ammonia which can be poisonous to our body, and any other environmental toxins or allergens. So whenever we are going to talk about liver diseases, this is the basic function. Detoxification is one of the very important functions of our liver, and if the liver is not performing well, that means detoxification of our body, the capacity of detoxification has reduced and it will start showing its complications. The next major function is it acts as a precursor to sex hormones and vitamin D. It produces cholesterol. 80% of cholesterol that is made in our body comes from our liver. It is a storage for micronutrient components such as copper, zinc, iron, vitamin A, D, E, K, and B12, all the fat soluble vitamins plus vitamin B12. It helps in blood sugar regulation also by different methods such as converting the available glucose into glycogen, and if demanded, then it can also convert this glycogen back into sugar also. Production of bile that is needed for digestion. Protein synthesis, which is important in blood clotting, cholesterol transport, immune function, oncotic pressure, as well as bioavailability of copper. Immune functions such as containing virus and pathogens, maintenance of hepatic and portal vein system, and metabolism such as detoxification of fats and conversion of T4 and T3, which are the main primary thyroid hormones.